Welcome back. Let's go ahead and get into that Colab turtle graphics that I've been promising you here for a while. Turtle graphics are actually really old. They are as old as I am. They were invented in the year of my birth in the 1960s for programming in a programming language called Logo. And so the idea is that we have this imaginary turtle that's crawling around on a big canvas or piece of paper, and while the turtle moves, its tail draws a line on the paper. If the turtle picks up its tail, then it can move without drawing. We can change the color of ink that the turtle has in its tail, and so on and so forth. And so we're going to use this Google Colab turtle module. And so consequently, our turtles are a little bit different from the ones that they talk about in the book, which is intended for Python that runs directly on your computer rather than through a web browser. So you're going to need to pay really careful attention to the slides and the videos here so that you pick up on those differences, because the things that are in the text won't work in Colab as they're drawn or as they're written directly, okay? So our turtle object has two types of things associated with it. It has attributes, which are the characteristics of that turtle. Like, where is it? What direction is it pointing? Is the tail up or is it down? What color will be drawn with the tail? And so forth. Then the turtle has methods, which are things the turtle knows how to do, like walk this far forward, turn right by this much, pick up your tail, so on. Okay? Many of those methods take parameters. Like, what should it specifically do? Like, I'm going to tell you to go forward by this many steps. That quantification of the number of steps is the parameter in that situation. Before we start looking at the code, we should understand the canvas that it's walking on, because this is different from the one that's described in the book. In our canvas, the origin of the coordinate system is in the upper left-hand corner. That's 0, 0. X goes to the right, just like it would in algebra, but Y coordinates go down, not up. Okay, so that's going to be hard to adjust to for a while. But you have what's called the left-hand rule. If you hold your left hand out in front of your face, it kind of shows you that coordinate system. The X goes to the right and the Y coordinate goes down. So if you start doing this in class, I'll know that you're using the left-hand rule for looking at the coordinate system, not any other sort of symbolism associated with that gesture. Also notice that there aren't any negative coordinates, okay? And things beyond the outside really don't show up. So the maximum X coordinate is 799. The maximum Y coordinate is 599. So let's go ahead and start drawing. This is session 1.9 from your text, adapted to work in our turtle, okay? Our Colab turtle. So this would be the code that you'd want to use instead of session 1.9 in your book. And let's take a look at this step by step. We start off with this instruction right here, which is actually an instruction to the computer that's running your Colab Jupyter Notebook. It says, go ahead and install that module. Then we import that module, and we're going to import it as an object named Gertrude in this case. The Gertrude happens to be the turtle name that they use first. And then instead of doing what they do in the book where they call the turtle constructor, instead we already have the object. It's been constructed. So we do the initialize turtle method, which resets everything, erases the screen, puts the turtle back at the center, so on and so forth. Then, just to make things look like they do in the text, I'm going to set the background color to white and the tail ink color to black. That's not the default here. So this will look more like what we have in the text. And then now this part is the same as it is in the book. I'm going to ask Gertrude to walk forward 100 steps, turn to the right by 90 degrees, and then go forward by 50 steps. So let's run this. the first thing that happens, and you only have to do that first line once every time you're going to use Turtle Graphics. First thing that happens is the package is installed, so you'll get some messages about that. And then we've initialized the turtle, so that reset the coordinate system, erased everything. We turned the background color to white, tail ink color to black, and then Gertrude went forward by 100 steps, turned right 90 degrees, and went forward by 50 steps. We can do some of the things that they talk about in session 1.9 a little bit differently. If we want to know where the turtle is, we do it with this turtle underscore POS attribute. Okay, so that tells us that Gertrude right now is at 450 in the X direction, 150 down in the Y direction. And then if we want to find Gertrude's heading, we do it via the turtle degree attribute rather than a method call. Okay, and so right now Gertrude is pointing due east, which is 0. So if you look at our canvas again, we have this canvas rows where east is 0, south is 90, west is 180, north or up is 270. All right, our next subject then will be how do we write our own functions? So we're sort of making our own abstractions in Python. See you then.